Hello and welcome back to Bannerlord and Byron's adventures in attempting to actually kill the Western Empire. Now you can see here that things are, well, looking quite, shall we say, intimidating. And what I would like to do is attack this particular army. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is this going to be, it's just a bit too much for us. But if you take a look, they don't have that much. I mean, yeah, they've got 16 Palatine guards, which might mean pretty bad things for us, but they have 169 Imperial recruits, and I'm thinking that if we can take these guys on, I think we'll have a pretty decent shot. I do have a lot of them. Yeah. So, a bit of backstory on this particular army. Gonna let them go for the moment. I actually wanted to fight them, but they are going to go and besiege that Stygian castle again. So I know where they're going. So we will be able to head back there if necessary. But basically, that army that you just saw right there, they were attempting to besiege Argoron. And I wanted to try and, well, obviously prevent them from doing that. And so that's why I came over here. Anyway, I'm going to place all these guys, actually including the heavy horse archers, because they are probably not going to be able to join us or anything like that. And my garrison options, as you can see right here, with the improved garrisons mod, basically I am recruiting no more than 99 troops. I think that's good. I mean, what is the maximum? Let's set it at 200. Ah, there we go. It actually does do that. Okay, that's pretty cool because I was a bit worried about that specifically, but anyway, yeah, I have a lot of grain, as you can see. I have a massive amount of grain. Why? Why do I have so much grain right here? But amusingly enough, if I give this grain, yeah, I guess I will be giving a little bit of grain. I don't really want to make any money, but I kind of want to supply my town with a little bit of food here just to make sure that they are doing all right. Because if you go in here, manage the town, you can see that our prosperity is actually still good, and the food is actually still good. I was a bit worried about that, because the siege went on for quite some time. It basically was just the preliminary stages, of course. They did not head into a full-blown siege or anything like that. So I guess the best thing that I can do right now is attack Atrion Castle once again. As you can see, there's the army. And if they do try to come back, then we'll have a fun time. Oh, yes. Then we will have a fun time with them. So there's 129 units in the garrison here. And personally, I feel like we might do okay if I just build a siege tower and... yeah, that's the thing. If I build a siege tower, it's not going to work out very well. So I'm just going to go for the classic Onager strategy. And we'll see how that goes. So we have a little bit of an interloper here, attempting to interrupt our wonderful action at Atrion Castle. Now, here's the really, really cool thing about this. They're out of food. Don't know whether you can notice that, but they're actually losing units at an alarming rate. And this, you know what this means? Oh yeah, this means everything good is about to happen to us right now. So if we can just literally relax a little bit. And, you know what? Do I want to create more parties, by the way? I can't do that. Okay, yeah, I'm actually at Clan Tier 5. I need Clan Tier 6 to increase the space. But you can see here that we're actually running around with not very large armies. I'm not entirely sure why not, to be honest. But I'm hopeful that they will start to do that relatively soon. But anyway, let's see what we can do here. We're just going to be getting these people as starved out as possible, and then we will be heading in against them. Alright, so I have baited, well, not really baited, but I suppose I have chased them down in a pretty significant way. As you can see, they have 192 wounded troops, and we're going to go in. Oh yes, we're going to go in, because Komar INI is actually right here with me. Amusingly enough, their power level is actually still pretty decent. I would have expected with... How many units do they have right here? They've got like... I don't know, they have a huge amount of recruits, so I would have expected their power level to be much, much less than it actually is, but I guess, ooh, yeah, I'm not a big fan of this particular environment. This is one of those environments that is very difficult for horse archers to really play on in a comfortable manner because there is that river in the center over there. And that river does make a pretty significant difference how horse archers respond. So this might be kind of not exactly great. Anyway, let's just get all my people around about here. And we're just going to take my horse archers and do the thing. Oh yes, we're going to do the thing that we usually do. And hopefully we'll do quite a good job at it. Got to be a bit careful because their enemy cavalry is kind of close by. You know, I find the first person shooting in Bannerlord to be very difficult in comparison to Warband. Maybe I just need a little bit of practice because I haven't really done that much of any of that. So anyway, let's do this. Let's tell our people to charge straight on in here and we'll see what we can do. I'm going to hit some shields, apparently. There we go. Nice headshot. Now that's the thing. If I can literally just do a little bit of damage here and there, and even if I'm killing recruits, that doesn't matter. Even if I'm killing recruits, it's all good, you know? As long as I can kill something, that's all that matters. Getting that morale damage is really, really important. And I'm hopeful that I will have a good shot at it, because let's face it, I'm going to get murdered every single time I go into the blob of enemies here. They're just so good at defense. And I can only hope that my units are not the ones being killed at the moment, because if they are, then we might have some issues. But as you can see, we're able to pretty easily go in here with our polearm, do some nice damage. And also bear in mind that I did do 2 battles off screen against some lower tier vassals, and those guys, they were captured quite easily. There were about 50 and 70 units respectively, and they were not a big deal at all. I have no idea why I'm not able to kill this guy. There we go. Whew. That took me a while, didn't it? Yeah, that actually took me a while, like nothing else. But otherwise, let's see. Yep, nice. Nice. Oh, that was perfect. That was really, really nice indeed. Them running away in a straight line is, well, more than I could ever ask for. It's much, much easier than anything else that I've done in this battle for some reason. But there you go. That's a nice victory for us. How many did we actually end up losing right here, though? Because, oh, wow. Are you serious, Komar? Are you serious right now? Okay, well, I guess, did I sent his units in to die, didn't I? That was kind of my fault. Sorry, Komar, sorry. But this was pretty much necessary, in my opinion. To keep the blob of enemies off our horse archers, I think it's kind of worth throwing away a couple of units here and there. But, yeah, anyway, at least it's not my army. So, anyway, we'll take these guys prisoner. And, yeah, I think we're doing pretty well now. Because bear in mind, now that the rates of prisoner escape are a little bit more equalized, a little bit easier for us to deal with them, then we can make a good go of things. I'm actually wondering whether I should take a couple of these. Now, here's the thing. I don't really want to recruit prisoners. You know, because I'm very... Oh, you know what? I'm just going to take them all. I'm just going to take them all, and what we're going to do is I'm going to very, very fast, if I can, I'm going to go into the nearby castle, because, believe it or not, we're actually really close by to Sesterdheim Castle, and that's exactly where I'm going to go over to. So I'm hopeful that the lords will not escape while I travel over here, because I do have a significant amount of prisoners. So we are going to go into the dungeon. And I will place every single one of these guys in there. There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, I'm going to just keep the lords with me because I would like to put them into my main town. And speaking of that, we actually have Yana here still. It might be... I don't know whether it would make sense for me to take her with me any further at this point. I don't really know, but I'm going to take the Crusade units now because I'm kind of needing a little bit of resupply. I'm also going to take the mercenary cavalry, mercenary horsemen, and various other mounted units. And wow, look at this. They've actually got some pretty cool units right here. These guys right here, Imperial Elites as well as Imperial Palatine Guards. Those guys are really, really good. So I might want to take some of those actually. I'm going to take some just because I can, and because, you know, if the castle gets taken, then it's kind of a waste to keep those all here. And now we have 152, actually much more than that, because we have a couple of people wounded at the moment. All right, so that was all thanks, by the way, to a siege at Atrion Castle. Yeah, pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy. All right, so I'm going to go over to Atrion Castle and see if I can do something there once again. I did manage to build 3 onagers before that army attacked us, and I'm hopeful that we might be able to do a little bit more. Oh, hello. I see. Okay, this is probably going to be pretty good for us. Let's just see if I can... Wow, no one needs to level up? Okay, just one person. It's kind of strange. All right. Well, whatever the case, Bruce is doing pretty well, as you can see. Bruce is just raiding things like no one's business. He really is doing a fantastic job at it. And I am wondering whether I should... Okay, so Yara is actually staying at Myzea. I would like her to actually join us, if at all possible. And and Yana is staying at Argoron. Okay, so there's... It's actually... Oh, look at that. She's grown up a little bit more. Yara is our firstborn, of course, so it would probably make sense to take her into our army at some point and have her fight as a companion, because she's going to be able to level up her skills pretty fast. I think I might just... Maybe I should have gotten Barney, shouldn't I? He's staying at Sestadheim Castle. That actually would have made more sense. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go into a pursuit against this guy. I will stop by at Sestadheim Castle, which is just over there, of course. He's actually running back there as we speak. Oh, wow. Okay, the power level of this guy is so incredibly low. What does he have? He just literally has recruits, I guess, and that's it. Oh, I feel sorry for him. Do I? No, not really, I guess. Because he could join us, you know? He could join us if he wanted to. Oh, yeah, that's actually also something. A lot of people are saying to me, hey, you probably want to, you know, try and speak to these guys and try and convince them to join you. And yeah, I would definitely love to do that. Unfortunately, I have not had much luck with doing that. So I'm not entirely sure if we'll make it work, but we'll try. We'll try. I think after this, I will try speaking to a couple of people in my prisoner's hold at the moment, and we'll see if we can maybe do something with it. Because, as I said before, it's kind of hard to succeed with the charm conversation, because you need to pass 4 speech checks. And personally, I feel like that is kind of much, you know? It's kind of much to expect a 100% success through 4 speech checks, especially when I have such a small amount of charm skill at the moment. I think that if I had about maybe 125, maybe 150, it would be very easy indeed to try and persuade people. But I unfortunately don't have that. What? Can't retreat? Have enemies nearby? Are you serious? I'm not even wanting to retreat, sir. Oh, they're right here. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's amusing. Technically, it's not even retreating. I just literally want to win the battle, but there you go. All right, so now we can take this guy prisoner, and we're going to speak to him. And actually, I wonder whether it is required that conversation comes up. You know, the one where they're saying that they'll, you know, be ransomed and so on. If that is going to rely on things. Because if I speak to him right now, let's actually have a look. I'm not allowed to talk with you. That's it. Yeah, so that's generally what I see in those things. So I think that what a couple of people meant in the comments is that I should speak to them when they are offered ransom. So if they come to me and they say, hey, I would like to be released, then I'll speak to them, and then maybe we can work out some kind of deal. I think that would be probably the most advantageous. All right, so Let's have a look here. Okay, so I'm going to take Barney. He's going to join us. And is there anyone else here? I think it's just Yana. I think it's just our wife. Wow, we've got we've got a really nice looking Lord's Hall here, don't we? This is actually very nice. Okay. Ah, the lap of luxury. All right, so I think it's probably about time that we get another policy installed. Now, here's the thing. One of you asked me in the comments, why is it taking so much influence for us to pass these policies and laws, and when it just says 50, yeah? So now here's the thing. If you were in a faction with other people, so if you had vassals alongside you, I'm obviously the only, member, quote unquote, of the kingdom because I haven't got any vassals. So what happens is 50 is used to propose the policy, and then another 50 or 100 or something like that is used to pass the policy itself. And because we don't have anyone else to vote against or vote with, it just passes the law immediately. And as a result, it usually will cost you quite a bit of influence. So being by yourself is both good because you're able to pass things very, very fast, and also kind of bad. But yeah, anyway. Let's take a look at some of these policies right here. Daily militia production is increased by 1. Recruits replenished 30% faster. Tax income in settlements reduced by 10%. I personally think this is really good. So I'm actually going to do this. 30% increased recruits. I think that's really, really good. Here we go. This is actually really nice too. Militia quality is increased by 10%. Sure, let's do that. There you go. That was 150 influence right there that we're spending. Settlement loyalty is increased by 1 per day. Daily militia production is increased by 1. Why is that bad? I don't think that's bad at all. I think that seems very good. Town loyalty is increased by 1 per day. Settlement loyalty, settlement production. Militia quantity is increased by 10%, and 10% of militia troops will be higher tier. Revenue paid to both liege and local ruler reduced by 5%. Personally, I don't have a problem with that. Let's do it. There we go. All right, so we've used a lot of our influence to do those kinds of things. Ooh, yes, we have another... Well, technically it's not a vassal. It's actually a mercenary company of some kind. And we are just going to be heading in here. I wonder whether I should just... you know what? I can't really take the opportunity or the risk to do an auto-resolve. But the power levels of our armies are so incredibly different that I can't help but think that maybe I should just go for it. You know, maybe I should just go for the auto-resolve like no one's business and just murder them. But yeah, no. I kind of want to be a bit... careful in that regard. And, you know, who knows? Maybe I can level up my archery skill a little bit. Yeah, this is actually working quite nicely. Nice, look at that. Good headshot. And I was actually hitting everything up until that one that I missed. And obviously we're riding very, very fast. And as I've said before, I feel like the speed at which you ride does have a slight effect, or at least I feel like it has a slight effect in increasing the amount of skill gain that you have. Because, of course, it is more skillful to ride fast and shoot accurately than if you weren't going to do that. So... I don't know whether it's just me. Maybe it's just kind of like a leftover feeling from Warband or something like that. Because obviously in that, the harder the shot, the more, the more proficiency you're going to get. So maybe it is indeed something left over from that. But I don't know, because whenever I'm riding really, really fast, it does make a big difference. I'm actually going to be taking every single piece of loot here because we have 2 people in our army that could benefit. Barney and Yana right here. Yana is our wife's namesake, I guess you could say. But anyway, we're just going to equip her with everything that she can possibly wear right here. Oh, she's looking pretty good. And Barney is not looking so good. That hat. The hat does not really go with him. With his face. Doesn't really go. Alright, so anyway, there's 117 units here. I'd love to fight them. But at the moment, I'd just like to go back to Argoron and see what's going on here. Is that Bruce? That is Bruce. Oh, good work. Good work. It's actually hilarious how he's just running around and absolutely beasting things. He really is doing a very good job, actually, amazingly enough. Okay, so I would like to buy them, yeah, let's buy them 2 of these harnesses. And I would like to also sell some stuff. They've already taken things from the inventory, so I don't really need to worry about... Oh yeah, I need to worry about weapons. I need to give them some weapons, don't I? Okay, so for the moment, I'm not really going to be giving them anything amazing because they are going to be companions in my army, and I personally don't think they need the best of the best, at least right now. If and when they become their very own vassals or party members or whatever, then that is when we'll do something to upgrade them a little bit, if they don't get any gear at that point, to increase their proficiencies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them a sword, and I'm going to give them a spear. Is that spear actually any good? I have no idea, but I guess we'll just give them kind of similar things. I know. I'm showing blatant favoritism to Bruce here. That is not intended. It is not intended whatsoever, but I kind of just wanted to get them kitted out and you know, getting out there as soon as possible. So that's what they're going to do. And I think I'm pretty happy with it. I am pretty happy with it. So let's actually have a look at the town here. Okay, so Yara is actually our governor here, amusingly enough. Do we want her to be the governor anymore? I mean, she's got good steward skill. That's the main reason why she is actually the governor, because the steward skill is fantastic for this. So, yeah, maybe we'll just leave her where she is for the moment. Oh, yeah, that actually reminds me. We do have to go into the keep and not actually manage the garrison, but there are actually some cool things here, maybe, potentially, that we might want to take. So maybe some more of these guys. The Palatine guards are so incredible, so definitely going to take some of those. Go to the dungeon, and we will manage the prisoners, because we have a huge amount of them. How many do we actually have? 21. Actually, no, wait a minute. 19, yes. We have 19. Just have to make sure that we don't have those heavy horse archers in there or anything like that. Alright, so we do have a couple of other people that we could potentially recruit here as companions. Actually, wait a minute. I might not even have enough space. I do, blatantly. Look at that. Got 3 more spaces for companions, so we might want to do that. Let's actually have a look here. Junjad. He's a nobleman of the Khuzait? What? What is he doing here? That's kind of strange. Can I talk to him? Okay. I'm actually unsure what's going on here. You take money, she'll want double. Oh, okay. He's talking about a oh, okay. He's talking about a criminal leader right there, but apparently he doesn't want anything to do with us, which is interesting. Okay, so this guy, he has good one-handed, good throwing, and good athletics. Not really suitable for joining us. And Idruna also has athletics. Not really, again, suitable for joining us, because we kind of want people that are good at riding horses. So I guess that's not going to happen. Anyway, we're going to go to Atrion Castle, and hopefully we can perpetrate a wonderful siege. Ah, Saratis's castle. Saratis is actually here. Not a big fan of that, to be honest. But I'm actually hoping that he's not going to sally out, is he? I think that's pretty much clear that he's not going to sally out. Wow, I actually can't believe I got so lucky as to get all of these onagers built with minimal damage, with the exception of that one over there who's at 70% HP. But yeah, look at this. No one wants to come and attack us right now. But the one thing that I have to mention before we go any further here is that Yara was taken prisoner. Now, I'm not entirely sure why that is, because as far as I am aware, she was actually the governor at Argoron. And that kind of makes me a little bit confused, because as far as I'm aware, she is not anywhere else. So, and you can see that Argoron is still ours. It has not been taken or anything like that. So I am a bit perplexed as to why that actually happened. But, well, what can I say? What can I say? We're just going to try our very best to take as much damage to the walls as possible. And we'll see what we can do. We're taking so much damage, though, on that left onager. Oh, we're doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. Okay, I'm going to build a very, very quick ballista. Okay, come on, guys. Murder that. Murder that thing over there. I would appreciate it heavily. Now, bear in mind that we are going to lose units due to the siege equipment being destroyed, which is very bad. So that's the reason why I'm going to try and build some onagers. But the ballistas, as you can see, look at how good the ballistas actually are. They can kill the enemy catapults really, really fast, which I very much appreciate. And okay, oh dear. Bedal, don't get killed now, sir. Where is he? I have no idea where he is. I thought he was nearby, actually, but oh, that might be him. Is that him? No, that's Bruce's party. Yeah, that's Bruce's party over there. He's actually doing pretty well. Bruce is doing the best out of all of our parties at the moment, which is hilarious, in my opinion. I would have not expected him to do as well. Ah, here we go. Yes, Bedal has been taken prisoner by Temion of the Western Empire. Good to know, good to know. But now we have another onager built. And yeah, my ballistas are doing a great job. They really are. They are doing a fantastic job. Unfortunately, because I only have 2 onagers, it is taking quite a bit of time to basically batter down the walls. But I can't really do much more than this at this point. There we go. Let's build another onager, and hopefully they'll be able to. Yes, there we go. Okay, that's nice. We are losing a couple of people, but that is to be expected. It is a siege after all. And we do need those walls down. We need those walls down as fast as possible. So we've almost got the right one down. We might just literally want to pour into the right wall as fast as possible. But we have almost got both of them down. Okay, come on. Yeah, there we go. We're doing pretty nicely. We're doing pretty nicely. I'm actually very proud of Bruce, by the way. I feel like he is living up to our expectations and actually surpassing them in so many different ways. And who would have thought? Who would have thought that he would do that, you know? He is technically the namesake of Byron's brother, who is a bandit, so that that might not be the best namesake for him, considering, but he's actually been doing fantastically well. Anyway, we're going to lead an assault now, finally, and we will be heading into a castle. This, you know, I actually really love the sieges, but I feel like they're really rare. I feel like it's very difficult to get into a siege and actually be doing something in it, you know? So, for example, you know, doing something like this. This is usually kind of, should we say, uncommon. It's not something that will happen every single day, and I think that might also be the reason why I like it so much, because it is something that you don't really do that often. So anyway, take him out. I took a bunch of damage as well. Didn't really want to take any damage. I'm still looking down and pressing F, by the way, just because of habit, basically. I know that you can press Z, and that will actually take you off your mount without actually having to look down. But old habits die hard, I guess. But anyway, let's see if I can do something here. Oh, what? These guys are literally trying to stop us right here? I don't think so, sir. I do not believe that you will stop us at all. Okay, are people actually ready to do what they want to do? Yeah, they are ready to do what they want to do. Okay, so I'm just going to auto-delegate off, auto-delegate on, just to make sure that they know what they're doing. And then we'll go about our business. I just wanted to make sure that they were firing at the opponent if and when they need to do so, because I know that in hideouts, obviously, as we found out to our detriment earlier on in the series, that you need to tell them to fire. Yeah, you need to tell them to fire, because of course it is a stealthy mission, and yeah, obviously they're on hold fire when you first enter, so I thought that might be the case for the sieges as well, but obviously no. Why would that be the case, you know? Because it's not a stealth mission or anything like that. But we seem to be doing pretty nicely, and I've got to also remember that every single time we take any kind of casualty, it doesn't even necessarily mean that they're dying. Some of the time it will mean that, but other times it will just basically mean that they have been knocked unconscious. And so that's the reason why I really have to look at the skull on the message, because otherwise I'm always going to think, oh no, we're losing so many units, but then in actual fact we're not. You know, we're just losing people to unconsciousness, and that's it for the most part. So I think that is indeed that. There's only 3 enemies remaining. I'm actually kind of surprised that we haven't eliminated them all yet, because there wasn't that many in the garrison after we've taken all of those guys down. So you can see here that we have 3 defenders. It's very... Yeah, I think that also is something that might need to be, as I said in a previous episode actually, if you hold down Alt, there's no display. You can't see where any of the enemy units are, which is absolutely fine. I have no problem with that. However, I think that if you are about to win and you have a situation like this where you have basically 2 defenders left in the garrison and you have no idea where they are, I think it would be a good idea to make it visible under 10 units or something like that, so you can kind of tell where the enemies are, and then you yourself can find out if they need to be killed. I think that would be a wonderful quality of life improvement. But then, of course, I don't know whether there's a mod that already does it, so it might very well be the case that that is a thing. But otherwise, there you go. 31 renown, 12 influence. We're going to need that influence, thank you. And we can, of course, take this guy prisoner too. Wonderful bonus. Very, very good bonus indeed. Okay, so we'll just take every one of those guys prisoner, and we will be taking all of the stuff as well. We're going to be taking a lot of stuff from now, because I would very much like to... What? An election was started? Why is there an election being started about this? No. See, it's just going straight to us. There doesn't see... I mean, why? Why would there be an election, considering I'm the only vassal, basically? Okay, so garrison recruitment. Let's recruit some new troops, and we'll get about 100 for them, I suppose. Recruit prisoners over time. Yeah, we're going to do that as well. So basically what I'm going to do is I am going to go into the dungeon, and we're going to place everyone there apart from Saratis. And then all of these guys are going to get eventually recruited, or at least I hope eventually recruited, into the garrison itself. That's what Improved Garrison 2.0 does. And yeah, I think it's fantastic. I think it's a really, really good mod. Anyway, we could... Whoa, okay, they've got no improvements whatsoever. Right. I don't really want to make anyone a governor here, to be honest. I mean, most of them don't really have good steward skill anyway, so maybe it's not even necessary. Maybe I just need to spend a little bit of cash to increase the construction speed, and then we'll just go for lime kilns. We'll just go for everything, basically. Everything is free, it just costs time, which I personally feel is a really nice change as well that they made from Warband, because before you'd have to spend money and time to be able to do that. Ah, hello there. Okay, so this guy is actually sending us a message about Bidal. And what do you want from him? Okay, what do you want? Release him? What do you want? Wow, okay, you want 2 prisoners. No, I'm actually not going to do that, sir. It's actually hilarious how Saratis gives him literally this much, but then the other guy gave him much more. Alright, so how many dinars do you want? He wants a lot of dinars. Woo! He wants all of my dinars. Okay, yeah, that's not going to happen. Thank you very much. So I guess what I'm going to do... I'm going to just release this guy. And that's it. So it's going to be a swap. There we go. Good charm. I think that the charm is definitely good, and we do gain some relation with our own clan, which I don't really know what that particularly does to help us, but I know that the charm is definitely going to help us out. So pretty happy with that. Okay, so basically what I'm going to have to do now is pretty much just hang out around Atrion Castle and make sure that it does not get severely taken too easily. So let me actually just have a look. Yes, Esterdheim Castle is still fine. So I have no idea what was actually happening with Yara, because she was taken prisoner, which is a bit weird. Where is that, by the way? All the way over here? I don't believe it. Why? Why would she be all the way over there? I have no clue. But otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.